Hey girl, welcome back to my channel and welcome to Vlogmas! As you can see by the title and the thumbnail, today we're diving into real talk. Those things we always talk about but don't always share. So grab a snack, grab a drink, grab some coffee, get comfy, and let's have a girl chat. I think I've done one video like this before, but I kind of want to make this like a segment. It's really just a girl talk. You know, I just really want to get really personal with y'all. And because y'all know I am the fossil age of 25, and most of you guys who watch me are around my age or younger. And I feel like we all can learn from everyone, no matter the age. So I just wanted to share some of my knowledge with you all today. We are going to be talking about confidence, friendships, self-care, and etc. So without further ado, let's get started. We're gonna start off big. Confidence. Have you ever doubted yourself when comparing your life to others on social media? Let's unpack it. Like I said, I'm 25 years old. That being said, I have lived through the prime of social media in my early development stages of a teenager, y'all. The Instagram baddie, the Vine baddies, the BBLs, the Kardashians primes, the Kylie Jenner primes, all of the primes. I lived through it at my developmental age. And at this time, social media was really popping off because it was at its prime. Social media just came out in what, like 2012? So this is early 2015, 2016. So it's only been a couple years since social media has been a thing. Obviously there was MySpace and Facebook, but I'm talking about like Instagram, Vine, and then Musical.ly came out in 2015. That being said, it was super easy for me to compare myself to these beautiful IG baddies, y'all. They were beautiful, but it is just social media. It's literally just social media. So I feel like social media plays a really big part in our confidence, but we need to understand that that is literally just without this little device right here. This, you throw this away, everything that's on this is literally non-existent. I really want you to like unpack that real quick. You stop using this for 2 months, you literally don't know what's going on. It's non-existent. Honestly, what helped me get through those early developmental years in high school was just knowing that I was uniquely myself. Obviously, I still struggled with insecurities, but just know that there's always gonna be somebody who looks up to you. I know we all have a certain person that we look up to. The same way that we look up to that person is the same way that somebody looks up to us. We are always gonna be a role model to somebody. There's always somebody that we can learn from, and there's always somebody that's learning from us. So that's what really helped me get through those developmental years. And if you knew me in high school, you knew I was always myself unapologetically. I dressed the way I wanted to dress. I would follow trends here and there, but I always kind of made it my own. Y'all, I was bald, I shaved my head, a whole ting, okay? If you know, you know. If you know, you know. Let's not talk about it anymore. I know what helps a lot with confidence. First and foremost, y'all know I'm gonna have to bring God into everything, right? Okay, because that's what I'm gonna do. Ever since I found God again, finding my confidence within God the right way, the real way, my way, and not anybody else's way. I don't know if y'all see a difference, but baby, I'm glowing. Hello. Like, this is all God. This is Godfidence, y'all. This is Godfidence. I encourage you today to build a relationship with God outside of social media, outside of your church, outside of the people that are telling you, oh, so outside of me telling you to get closer with God. If you guys watched any of my previous Vlogmas videos, sorry, you know, makeup gets a little itchy on your skin. That's weird. Anyways, if you watched any of my previous Vlogmas videos, I talked about a little bit of my testimony and how I was one of those girls. I was one of those new age girlies. I was one of the girlies that could not stand Christian girls, but I found God for myself. Also, what helps is practicing positive affirmations. I try daily to practice positive affirmations with my daughter. As a parent, we have to be mindful with what we say around our children. Now that I have a daughter, I have to be very mindful with how I speak about myself, because growing up, I've only heard women around me speak bad about themselves, and it caused me to have a negative image of myself. So I don't want to carry that on to my daughter. So I try to say positive daily affirmations to her every day, just so that she knows she is beautiful, she is loved, she is kind, she is confident, she is bright, she is loving, she's admirable, she's lovable. That's one thing. She is lovable. Not only is she loving, but she is lovable. And I make that known to my daughter, that she is lovable. So not only does it help with my daughter, but it also helps healing my inner child, and it also helps healing myself. We're all human. We're all gonna have those days where we feel hideous, girl. I felt like that earlier today before I got dressed up. We're human. There's literally nothing we can do about that. Just because it's a feeling doesn't mean that it's real. Another way to stay confident within yourself is to celebrate small wins daily. So say today I'm gonna celebrate that I got this video done, because if you've seen the video from yesterday, you know. But today I'm gonna celebrate that I got this video done, I got dressed, I got ready, I did the thing, y'all. I did the thing. So I'm gonna celebrate that today because nobody in this world is gonna come knocking at your door with balloons and flowers every time you accomplish one of your tiny small goals. So why don't you just show up for yourself in that way? And if you do that daily, it's just gonna eventually build your self-confidence, and it's just an amazing feeling to know that I'm my biggest fan. Also, I know this is so repetitive and it sounds like a broken record because every single person on this red and white app says this. Social media is genuinely a highlight reel. There are most people like me, I post the raw and uncut, the raw footage of I'm feeling down. I post about my thoughts, but not everybody is open on social media like that. And even I'm still not as open as others on social media like that. Just know that social media is a highlight reel. Obviously, I'm not gonna post the ugly pictures that I take because I got some ugly pictures. I got some hideous pictures in my phone. Obviously, I'm not gonna post those pictures, but I'm gonna post my best picture. You think of it like that, like, oh, everybody's just posting their best them. I'm sure the pictures that you post of yourself are your best version of you, and they're beautiful. So just know that social media is not real, and I wanna reiterate it, it's not real. Yes, it is a glimpse of reality, but it is not reality. Know that God created you uniquely. You are made in His image, and He is beautiful. So what does that mean about you? Oh, okay, girl. You're beautiful. Beauty goes deeper than looks, but that's another story for another day. Okay, so now let's talk self-care. I know on social media, it can seem like self-care is, oh, we're gonna go get a pedicure, we're gonna go get our nails done, we're gonna go get our hair done. You know, all of those beauty enhancement things. I just want you to know that self-care is beyond spa days, y'all. Self-care is setting boundaries. Self-care is saying no when you need to say no. And self-care is taking care of your mental health. These are my favorite forms of self-care. Don't get me wrong, I love the at-home pedis, I love the DIY spa nights, I love the massages. There are other ways to take care of yourself outside of the spa days. So I'm gonna share a couple of my favorite self-care habits that I do when I don't wanna get my nails done, or I don't wanna get a pedicure, or that's not really what I need a self-care day for. Like I said, I'm gonna bring God into the middle of everything, okay? Read the Bible, y'all, or spend time and meditate in God's word. That is my favorite way of self-care. I'm telling you, it's just like, it's literally the answers to all of my problems. Sitting in His presence and just everything just magically, it's not magically, it's God, y'all. I'm telling you, it just goes away and I feel 100 times better. So listening to worship music and just really soaking in His presence just feels so great. Peace that I feel in my heart and my soul, the happy, joyful tears that I cry, and it's not even sad, it's just like, ugh, there's no other feeling in this world that can describe it. And if there is, it's not consistent. The next thing I really like to do is unplugging from my phone. I said this in another video, in a previous video. If you've been catching up on my Vlogmas, which you should, I mentioned that I'm really getting sick and tired of being on my phone from the wake up, y'all. Like, I really want to invest in an alarm clock. Family, if you're watching this and you want to know what to get me for Christmas, TJ Maxx has the Hatch alarm clock for like $60, y'all. I want it. I want it. I obviously want to check the time in the morning, and my phone is the closest thing that tells me the time, but it just like sucks you in to like this social media deep hole, and you just get stuck in there for like an hour and a half. I don't like that. I don't want to start my days on my phone. Obviously, I want to be a content creator, and with content creation comes the social media aspect of everything. You can still do this as a job, not be consumed within social media. I don't know how to explain it, but I feel like we all need to take a break from our phones and social media in general. If you know anything about me, you know I'm good for going on a 3-month hiatus. Y'all, I be gone. I like to take my 3 months breaks from social media every now and then. Instagram, I'm quick to delete it for months on end. Y'all, I deleted my Instagram for 6 months when I was pregnant. Mainly to hide my pregnancy, but also just to take a break and just really enjoy myself. I don't know, TikTok is another thing, y'all. Honestly, this ban might be actually really great for me, but I don't think I can ever delete TikTok. I'm just scared to delete TikTok because I don't want all of my drafts to be gone. That's just the one thing I hate. Like, if I can delete the app and still have my drafts, I'll be good. Oh, we're good, I'm gonna delete it. I can't do that. So I don't want to delete the app, so it's really hard. But other than that, I'm good for deleting social media and taking a break, honey, a break. If you needed a sign to take a social media detox, let this be your sign. Honestly, once you're off of these social media platforms, you don't really crave it. Not even crave, because that sounds crazy. You don't even need it the way you think you need it. Another form of self-care that is my favorite is unplugging from the world and finding the joy in the simple moments. Y'all know I always tend to vlog those days and those experiences when I do have those days. Taking a walk, y'all, like, walking is such a privilege. This is coming from somebody who, a little bit of my testimony, I'm just gonna throw this bomb on y'all. I literally had to learn how to walk again in like the span of 2 weeks. I had to learn how to walk again. And during that time, I was thinking in my head like, wow, like it was such a privilege to be healthy. It was such a privilege to be able to walk. Personally, I love walking or sitting by a lake or sitting at the beach. That's my favorite. If you're by a beach, if you're not by a beach, try sitting by like a lake or a pond, or like going to a park or going by a river. It's just really relaxing. And maybe bring your favorite book and unplug and plug into the book, or maybe bring the Bible. Let me stop. We're bringing a journal and just journaling your thoughts and just really getting it all out. That's my favorite form of self-care, is just being alone and really finding my thoughts and how I really feel, because I feel like it's so easy to say that we have these feelings, and once we unplug, we realize, wait, I don't think those were my feelings. I think that's just a collective feeling I was feeling in the moment, or I think that was my mom's feelings, or I think that was my sister's feelings. I don't think those were my feelings. And it's really good to just spend some time alone, and I know a lot of people are scared of doing that, but that is my favorite way of self-care. All right, let's talk navigating friendships. I ain't gonna lie to you, I might not have a lot to say about this section because I don't really have friends like that. I've never really had friends like that. Every friend that I did have, but I'm sure you have all had that friendship or that friend group, and it feels like we're outgrowing them. It's not beef, it's not hatred, nothing's wrong. It just doesn't feel like you're meant to be there anymore. Like it kind of feels weird but necessary at the same time. Yeah, it means you're growing up. In your late teens and your early 20s, we grow so much that we don't even notice it until one day we just wake up and it like, what you value, your goals, even how you spend your free time, all of that stuff changes in like the blink of an eye. And sometimes the people that you once surrounded yourself with don't grow at the same rate as you, and that's okay. It doesn't mean that there's anything wrong with them either, and I don't want people to go and bash them like, oh, I'm just outgrowing you, like you're childish. And it's not that. Everybody grows at their own rate. You just so happen to be growing a little bit more ahead of them, and I just want you to know that it's okay and it's normal and you're not crazy. So I want to share a couple of red flags that I feel like you should look out for in a friendship. A person that is constantly complaining and is constantly negative, and you see they have no growth. I'm gonna keep it 100% real with y'all. I was this friend at one point. I was always negative. I was always complaining and not ever going anywhere. It was just a trait I picked up from the people that I was surrounded with. I'm not gonna lie, I do slip up and I do still say a couple of negative things, and I'm still in like a negative mind space. And I want you to know, if you are that person and if you are that friend, you're not crazy for being that way. But if you know and you acknowledge and you're aware of how you're acting and you choose not to change, that's when it can become a problem. So if you're on the opposite end of that stick like I was, I challenge you to take a step forward and change that about yourself so that you can become a better friend. The best advice I can give is just to talk it through, and if this person, like I said, is still not receptive to what you're saying, I would just slowly pull myself away from them. Another big red flag is when they don't reciprocate what you're giving them. So this is a person that you always give, and that can be with anything. That doesn't have to be with materialistic things. That doesn't have to be with food. That doesn't have to be with none of that. It can just be with your energy. You're always giving, and then when you are in need, when you need your cup to be filled, all of a sudden they ain't nowhere to be found and they done drank the juice. I have been on the opposite end of the stick as well. Once you become aware of what you're doing and you want to change, those are really good signs. You being aware that you are being this certain way is the biggest step. Another red flag is somebody who's super competitive and jealous. I just cannot with those people. Like, can we please? We're not 5 years old anymore. We're grown. There's no reason for you to be jealous. When it's time to clap for you, they'll clap for you. And when it's time to clap for others, let's just clap for others. It's not that hard. We are grown adults. Oh, this one is a huge red flag. And this one is what I call the Holy Spirit talking to you. If you feel so drained and exhausted after hanging out with them, baby, all I could do is pray for you at this point. And we're never hanging out again. I'm sorry, we're not doing it. It's not about labeling these people as toxic, but it's about recognizing when the friendship is just no longer serving either of you. At the end of the day, the most mature thing to do is just to speak about it with this person. I've gotten cut off by friends cold turkey with no explanations in the world, and honestly that really hurts. So I feel like the most mature thing to do is to just sit down with this friend and express your feelings and express how you really feel. That brings us to the end of today's video. We talked about what's really self-care. We talked about navigating friendships and how to spot red flags, and we also talked about confidence. So I just want to remind you all that life is not about having it all together, but it's about growing at your own pace. If you found any of these things helpful, be sure to leave a comment down below. Share your thoughts, talk with me, chat with me. I love to chat it up. I would love to have you stay longer, so go ahead and catch up on Vlogmas or go ahead and binge me, and I will see y'all tomorrow. Bye.